What do we have here? Welcome back, folks. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. We have another episode of relationship questions and answers for you guys. I know that I've been asking a lot of you to send in your questions, and here we are. We are here to answer questions. How you doing today, Unbreakable?
I am good. How are you, Peace?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great. Ready for
Good.
those questions?
All right, we're done. No, I'm still going through all the comments on all the lives we did for them.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, hold on. I'll come back to that one. I have one for you.
Okay.
You ready? It
Ready.
is. Why do you think my boyfriend won't add me on his Facebook friends list?
Facebook friends list. Hmm. Is it on social media completely or just specifically on Facebook?
They only questioned with regards to Facebook.
Okay. Um, I don't know. Some people are okay with, not adding their significant other or the person they're talking to, or whatever dating process they are into. If it's not exclusive completely for them, sometimes they don't want to show it up. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, I don't want to just put you out there if it doesn't work out and I have to take you down and all that crazy stuff. Sometimes people want to be completely sure about it. And you know how I answer questions. I don't want to just jump into, oh yeah, the reason why he doesn't do it is because he has other girls. It's not always the case, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes the person do not want to show you off, and after 3 4 months or whatever amount of times that you guys been talking, and then for him to take down all those pictures, so, and the second reason, which is the obvious one, sometimes the person just do not want people to find out that they're in a relationship, and the reason why is because unfortunately they might be entertaining other people. You don't know what those the type of messages they are sending to other people, because you don't have their password and all that crazy stuff. So this is the two reasons I could think about. But
Mhm.
if this is a problem, I think you should ask them. Hey, we've been dating for X amount of time. Um, why I'm not on your social media, or why I'm not on this, on that. If it's privacy, I can understand. Depend of what type of Facebook you have, because sometimes if it's all about business, like especially for you, Unbreakable, a lot of people know
Mhm.
you by Unbreakable, but they don't know your real name. I
Mhm.
go by Peace, but they don't. You know what I mean? That's a different mindset.
Yeah.
But whenever you
Yeah.
have a personal profile, you know what I mean? Your families are in there, your friends are in there. You know what I mean? People that you've probably grew up with, they're still in there. At some point, I
Mhm.
would expect you to show me off. You know what I mean? Hey,
Yeah.
let the people see that I'm here. You know what I mean? So ask that person, what's the real reason why I'm not on your social media? But at the same time, I also want to be clear. If you guys only been dating for a few months, I don't think you should be sweating it now.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's like a year, if it's like a good 6 month, everything is perfect. We talk every day. The relationship is exclusive. We need to say that too. Make sure the relationship is exclusive. If the person is not responding to the social media situation, ask him why. Maybe he might have a solid reason, but at least ask the person that question.
Okay. While we're on social media,
Mhm.
let's discuss relationship status on social
Relation,
media. What do you
I
think
think
about that?
I think it's still the same thing. Honestly, I
Okay.
think it's still the same thing. I do not want anybody, and I'm gonna say anybody, to change the status after a month relationship. This is me
Okay.
being completely honest with you, because if you really think about it, the same mindset. What if this relationship is no longer there after 3 months? You have to
Mhm.
be sure. And
Mhm.
sometimes we're talking about boundaries, but we ended up breaking our own boundaries.
Okay.
Sometimes the
Okay.
excitement, the honeymoon phase is good. You really love the place that you're at. You really love the pace of things, and you're expecting things to grow. And that's
Mhm.
us being optimistic. But
Mhm.
whenever you put social media in your business, it becomes everybody's business.
Mm-hmm.
Because after that relationship is no longer working, out of anger, you're gonna be the first one taking being in a relationship down. It's like, man, what a waste. Boom, you took it down. And then if you do repeat the exact action in the next 2-3 months, like, okay, what's going on with her? She's in a relationship. She's not in a relationship. You do not want to let anybody know your business, until you are completely clear about the intention behind the relationship. What do you think?
Okay. I gotcha. I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
This one is one that came up on a live that I did earlier this week, and this
Okay.
one is kind of multifaceted here. We've got a couple of different parts. I kind of spoke with her a little bit, but I did let her know we were going to present to you. So Kara was asking,
Mm-hmm.
my boyfriend called me fat in a heated argument. I am so hurt by it. I know people say it is easy to leave him, but I love him so much. He feels like my soulmate. I want to forgive him. He's so sorry and cried to me, but I am so scared he will hurt me again with his words. But I feel for him like I've never felt for no other. And I'm 35, so I have experience. There's more.
Okay.
We were kind of going back and forth here. They've talked for 5 months, been together for 5 weeks. Definitely love at first sight. Spent every day together. She said she has been in a toxic relationship, abusive relationship before, and she swore she'd never be in another abusive relationship. Her last relationship dragged her down so much. I can't allow myself to be like that again, but I can relate to everything we were talking about. She works all day and sees him in the evenings, but she hasn't seen him since the incident of him calling her name.
Okay.
What does she
So
do?
she's 35 and she's dealt with relationship abuse in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna take myself as an example here. I've been married for a while. I've known my wife for a while. I've never called her fat. Why is that? This is the thing. I'm feeling two things right now. Love bombing all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Two, this is not even a relationship. And I'm always going to say that. For me, it has to be up to 6 months for us to start really feeling ourselves as far as relationship. Because from that point, we haven't really argued for me to really know how you're going to react, which is exactly what happened. If after 5 weeks, you're already calling me fat, what about when we are really dealing with frustrating things?
Mm-hmm.
This is too early in the relationship. And I think she probably needs more healing because the falling situation, you trying to understand that he was sorry, all that crazy stuff. Do not call. Anybody who really cares about your feelings, despite how mad they are, there are things they will never do despite how mad they are. And calling somebody fat or out of their names is definitely one of them.
Yeah,
you might not want to any name that, like, especially for women. We've had that discussion in our last live. You do not call a woman that you say you love fat. If you feel something, nah, it's a no-no for me. This relationship is already disrespectful. This is me being completely honest with you. If you guys been together 5-6 years and it's been trying to help out, or it just got frustrated this one time, and then it's like, you know what, you FAT, and it's like, whoa, because you can see when somebody says something that he didn't mean. It's like, I'm sorry, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
5 weeks now, that's way too early. Way too early. I'm reading verbal abuse, early stage verbal abuse, and second of all, I'm reading love bombing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Yeah, it's already too early. You shouldn't be. It's because you've been observing something for you to come to that conclusion. Maybe this is something that you didn't like. Maybe you saw me as the way you're describing it From that point, you got mad and you decided to unleash. That's very childish to begin with. So from that point, yeah, you need to bounce. Pack up your feelings.
It is difficult. I know when you've come out of that abusive relationship, especially if you haven't healed. You know, you
Yeah,
go through that period of time where you're lonely. You go through that period of time where, especially if your prior relationship, they're already in a new relationship, where you feel that well, how come they get to be happy? You know, why don't I get to have this relationship? So it's I think until we have healed, until we really take that time and focus on what we need to, it's just a new face.
yeah, that's it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, to conclude, that's what it's going to be. I know that you probably think that you're falling for him now. You're not. You just need to heal because this is the same cycle again. Something is blocking you, and you're already too emotionally involved.
Mm-hmm.
Pack those feelings, get yourself ready before you could actually get back on the road for a relationship. But this has verbal abuse written all over it. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Peace. Talk about. She mentioned she's got kids. She's a single mom of three. I think she said three kids. I mean, what does that do to these kids?
This
What
is
they're
another
learning?
thing. I posted a video where I talked about, you know, the amount of time that somebody should really spend with someone before introducing your child to that person. I don't know if she's already done so, but there's another thing you have to understand. The same way a good friend could feed off of your energy, your kids are going to do the same thing. For the
Mm-hmm.
first 3 weeks, you were happy. You're seeing this guy. You're on the phone. You're texting. They'll
Mm-hmm.
notice it. They're also gonna know when you're sad. So that vibration is gonna be transferred to them, and now they're not gonna really understand what you're going through, but they're gonna be sad as well. And if you ever were to already show that person to your kids, it's another problem because at some point this person's gonna still keep take advantage of you with the verbal abuse and the love bombing, and now they're gonna be watching that. At some point, you're probably gonna decide to, just like I advised, you might need to leave that relationship. And now it's another situation again, why it's important for you to really get to know someone before introducing anybody to the children, because not only that's going to affect them mentally, and they're also going to have a different visual on what a relationship is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because if
Yeah.
every 6 months my mom comes with somebody new,
Or
maybe
dad.
this is how I'm supposed to be. Or my dad, yeah.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
time, like, oh yeah, this is what my dad used to do. This is what
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
uncle used to do. Yeah. So at some point, this is what I'm gonna be doing. This is what a relationship is supposed to be. So now I'm
Mm-hmm.
already unstable mentally because this is what I've been seeing. And those people are gonna grow up not having any idea of what a relationship is supposed to be. That's why sometimes you're probably gonna find people that are like 35, and they'll tell you, yeah, I've never had a real relationship. Like, huh? What? What do you mean you've never had a real relationship? The reason why you never had a relationship is because the model that you had didn't really understand the error they were planting inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, as far as the kids, if you've already introduced that person to the kids, bad move. Because from what I'm reading right now, from the message that she said, you need to leave this relationship. The verbal abuse is all over it. They start by things they think they're little, and then now they're gonna start minimizing you, playing with your self-esteem, and next thing you know, it's another relationship abuse.
Yeah. We have to break the cycle somewhere.
Yeah, we've got to.
Okay, we have a question that came on one of my lives earlier this week from Elizabeth.
Okay.
My mom was sick 2 years ago and died. In that time, I'd make time for my boyfriend. Now his mom is sick, but he doesn't make time for me. He says it's too much for him. I was the person looking after my mom. He never did. But he was always there for her. We're supposed to get married by the end of this year. I'm not sure if that's going to happen as his mom is sick and everything I've been working on is on the side now. Excuse me. It's like I have no say and whatever I say is wrong in his eyes. So where do I stand with this man as his mom told him she does not give her blessing into this marriage as if I'm a piece of junk?
Okay, that goes all the way to the type of relationship each of those people had with their parents. If your relationship with your mom wasn't the best, or the connection wasn't there to the point where you felt the need to be in the middle, because me personally, my wife already know if there was to be a situation like that, my time will be devoted to my mother, because not only she's leaving, if she's really sick, I don't know what the situation is gonna be. So I'll do everything in my power. Will I do other things in the relationship? Yes, but mentally speaking, I'm not going to be capable of being at full strength the way I am right now, because mentally speaking, yo, at any given moment, I could lose my mother. You know what I mean? But then again, you have mama's boy and daddy's little girl. That's the say. Boys always really get a full attachment with the mom, and a girl most likely get a full attachment with her daddy. If this is the case, you have to understand that this man's mind is preoccupied, is completely puzzled by everything that's going on, and he is living with a constant dilemma or fear psychosis. At some point, he kept like, hello? She's still alive? You know what I mean? There's a lot of things going on. Let's talk about the relationship with the mom. That's completely different. Whatever relationship you had with the mother has absolutely nothing with the way it's treating you right now. And the way it's treating you right now needs to be understood at every single moment that is going through it. As a matter of fact, just because you were able to um, 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 split time between what your mom was going through before she was gone and the time that you still had with your boyfriend, doesn't automatically means that he has to do the exact same thing. It's all about the kind of relationship you both have from different parents. You know what I mean? The way he was raised, whatever situation, sacrifices, love, survival mode, all that come together as far as him doing the things that he's doing. And if he's doing it right now, if you want to express your feelings, you could still do that. But I don't think this is gonna weigh heavier on it, because right now his mind is preoccupied by the mom situation.
Mm-hmm. My thought process in that was that there is never a justifiable reason to mistreat somebody.
Yeah.
There's just not. I mean, if we have, a healthy mindset and we have control over our own self and our own being,
Mhm.
there's nothing that could possibly happen that can justify treating someone poorly, treating someone badly. And not necessarily poorly, because we all make mistakes, right? We all
Yeah,
have
of
bad
course.
days. But intentional or just complete lack of regard and respect for another person. There's no just reason
Also,
for that.
it also depends on what the person is taking for mistreatment.
Mhm.
That's also part of it. There's different situations, different realities.
Mhm.
Because if, for instance, if I'm having to deal with something as crazy as my mom being sick in the hospital,
Mhm.
and you want me to give you attention, by me not giving you attention, telling you, hey, I'm still here, but this and that, this, because the person is in her feelings, she might see it as, oh yeah, you're mistreating me. Like you're not giving me what I need, unless the person is being verbally abused or you're saying
Mhm.
things just to put the person down. That's definitely different. But when it comes to something as time consuming as them paying attention to the things that they really care about, it's not like they don't care about you. It's just that the situation they are in right now is really, really difficult for them. You know what I mean? So from that point, and I understand where she's coming from, because I did this for you, you're supposed to do that for me. That's not, unfortunately, that's not how it works.
No, it's not. But the way it sounds to me is
Mhm.
that there's like zero communication. I get that he's going through this with his mom, but
Mhm.
in a healthy relationship, you've got to say, hey, I'm not at that place right now. I need a break, or I'll get back to you. Or, I mean, you've got to have that open line of
Yeah.
communication. And it may be, I just can't do this right now. It may be, I can't give you what you need right now. Please just understand,
Yeah.
but it doesn't sound like that to me
Mm.
with this particular one.
Did she give any more explanations as far as that?
Let me see.
There's one thing I also want you to remember is that, like I said, mentally speaking, the person is not there too.
Right.
The person going through whatever they're going through, sometimes what they might want to say might come out wrong. And that's why, like you mentioned, it's important to have a sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about it for real quick. Let's have a sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, hey baby, I understand that you're going through it with your mother. But what I really want to know is, are you able to balance? Because I'm not saying for you to give me your undivided time right now, but I'm feeling like, but at the same time, this is my take. In a situation like that, I'm expecting you to support me instead of me trying to gather around what your feelings or what you're going through right now. Because as my partner, me going through something like that, I want you to be the shoulder that I need to cry on.
Mm-hmm.
Emotional support, I'm gonna need that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if and I'm gonna be honest, if I feel like each and every time we talk or we argue about it, because most likely if both minds are all over the place, they're probably most likely gonna be arguing about it instead of having a full-blown conversation. All right. If every time we argued about it, you might make the person feel like you're being selfish. And at the same time, from her point of view, she already feel like, I've done this for you. Why can't you do this for me? That's one of the things that I want you to focus on. Like, I've done this for you. Why are you out here doing all of this for your mom? While we just got a comment. I just saw it. My bad. And you're not doing the exact same thing for me. And like I said, like at the very very beginning of the conversation, you have to understand the person's relationship. The relationship we had with your mom might not be the same. The relationship he's had with his mom probably could be different than yours. From that point, you really have to have that conversation. Don't argue about it. Every time you're feeling left off, don't argue about it. Hey, okay, we really need to talk about this because I understand what you're going through, but you're leaving me behind right now. But at the same time, I also, after the conversation, if they could really compromise in some ways. Hey, my mind is not really here. I'm gonna try to see whatever I could do to make my presence felt. But within that time, I'm gonna be in and out. You know what I mean? That's definitely the best conclusion from it. But if it doesn't happen, because we don't know what people go through day by day, especially with the situation with the mom and the thought that this person might no longer be there. They've lived with that person, the person loved them, and they've sacrificed a lot of things. So there's a lot that goes to it. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hi, Wish So Free. Thank you. My favorite follower. Okay, this is one piece that I've actually seen a lot on the news and in social media, and psychologists and psychiatrists talking about this. Lisa asked, how can she tell if her 17-year relationship is worth another try? No lying or cheating, just COVID stress. I did see narcissistic tendencies in him. Now I'm confused.
This is
COVID relationships.
COVID. When the first wave, when COVID hit on December 2019, right? Especially here because we had a lot of people coming back and forth, going on cruises and everything.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that I started hearing from the news is people who did not know whoever they were in a relationship with. I think a lot of people have come to the realization that whoever they got married with, whoever they've been in a relationship with, they didn't know that person to the fullest because everybody had to be together
24/7.
24/7.
Yep.
I remember sitting on the couch with my wife, and we're talking like, man, the amount of divorces I've been seeing on the news, and there was articles and articles about people, lawyers, saying that they are making mad money because of the amount of people that are getting divorces and everything. And I'm like, when you really think about it, the kids go to school Monday to Friday. They can play outside. They could go to auntie on the weekend. They are not here all the time. Your wife go to work. When she's not at work, she's either cooking dinner, or she's probably with a friend, or she's probably getting her hair done, or she's doing something. From that point, you are not with each other 24/7. So you don't know him scratching his hair multiple times is going to get on your nerve. And money wise, there's a lot of things. What I would say is get to therapy. It's the best time right now to get to couples therapy. You need to get that, because not only that's gonna help you unfold, you're gonna be able to express your feelings, and that's gonna give you a better mind, like a clearer mind, as far as knowing exactly if the relationship is worth it. Because right now, if you're still going through the COVID motion, you're gonna want to leave the person. That's the first thing. You know what I mean? Because like Wish So Free said in the comment, COVID opened up a lot of eyes. That's the very first thing. Because this person was there constantly. I didn't know it was like that. I didn't know it was complaining. It was so whiny. I didn't know it, like a bunch of stuff. And everything, money was the problem. Money was part of the problems. The amount of people who basically couldn't move the way they used to move anymore. As a matter of fact, me and somebody in the comment, we're talking about a guy who used to pay for everything. He had 2 jobs. He was making enough money. Rent was about $3,000. He was paying the car note. He was taking care of his lady. Okay. When COVID hit, the way he used to move, he couldn't move like that anymore. He still had some little money left, but he realized after a while the money is going to run out of money. So as he was doing things, he came home stressing out about a bunch of stuff. Get on the computer. His wife accidentally left her bank account open on the main computer in the living room. That's when he found out that his wife has a total of $120,000 sitting in the bank account while he was struggling with the bills.
Wow.
Can you imagine? Like, and this is what I'm telling people. When a guy when somebody is able to take care of things the way he used to, when he's not able to, this is when you say, okay, this is what I'm capable of doing now. I need to step up.
Yeah, it's a partnership. It's a team. I mean, a
lot of relationships have actually failed on that. A lot of relationship, he's not able to give me money anymore. And that's why, like Wish Sophie said, COVID has opened up a lot of eyes. Because the woman you think you were with, the man you thought you were with, is not the same, because you're not moving anymore. You're still in the house. They get annoyed by you. Any little things that you do is a problem. And that's why going through therapy right now is, like, anybody who've dealt with the COVID crisis within the relationship need therapy.
Not just people who were in relationships. Let's talk about those people who were in lockdown all by themselves.
Yeah.
So then we've got situational mental health issues that come into play. And as, things start opening up, people are running for the hills. How healthy and successful is that relationship going to be?
I think, like you said, not just relationships, because the first thing you have to understand is COVID gave a full break, radically speaking. If you have not been able to process that, you need to start processing it now. Because sometimes I've heard somebody talking about, man, I can't wait to get back to what I used to be like. And I'm like, how long do you think that's going to be?
Yeah.
Businesses that are settled, that have been making millions of dollars, or filing for bankruptcy. What that tells
Or closed.
Or closed, yes.
Yeah.
So you worrying about whatever you can get right now. And this is why I always tell folks, like we talked about in the last video, me and you and Cole did, you have to understand your happy place. You have to build your happy place.
Mm-hmm.
And your happy place is, if it could actually be something that you could build without money, it's gonna be even better for you than you having to go on a vacation to clear your mind. Because vacation might not, and I'm seeing people going on vacations right now, doing a bunch of stuff. I'm like, yeah, it's not it for me right now. Why it's not it? Because I don't know what's gonna happen in the next 6 months again. We don't know if there's not going to be another wave. You have to move as little as you can until you understand. Okay, you know what? There's no car. I could cross right now. I could try to get my life back right now. That's the first step. Understand that things are not going to go back as they were, 2 years ago. It's gonna take time before you get there. And within the path, like you said, going to therapy. Within that path as well, get to know yourself enough so you could build up your happy place, because that's going to help you a lot.
Mm-hmm. And therapy is so readily available now online.
Yep.
Insurances cover it. If you don't have insurance, there are low cost options. Check your local mental health services. They've got sliding scales, they've got free services. There you go.
Help yourself out.
Right. All right. Tiffany wants to know, is it normal for your fiance to talk to and be with his ex every day? Or am I being too controlling and insecure?
Every day, no. Unless they have kids and the child really need medical help, and the child is sick, you know what I mean? They have to be in hospital every day. The child need constant supervision, and we need to, stay in touch with each other. Other than that, I don't do the X thing. It's expired for me. I don't care, even if we had a child. If the child is in good shape, we're gonna co-parent. That's it. But every day, we don't need to be doing that. It's a no for me.
That's a big no for me.
Mm-hmm.
Wish So Free said COVID has been especially hard for those people who have the love language of quality time. Yeah. This pandemic has been make or break for many, and unfortunately, some of the damages are irreparable. Absolutely. We need to do a whole episode on love languages for people that understand love languages.
I'm actually I'm working on a video right now. It's just love language, because that's not the first person who've actually asked me about that. Where I give the full definition. But yeah, we definitely need to talk about why getting to know and why love language is so important in the relationship. We definitely need to talk about that.
Yeah. Okay. Shannon said, I can't seem to end my 3-year relationship with what I now know is a drug-addicted sociopath with narcissistic tendencies. How do I let go of the illusion of a man he pretended to be that I fell madly in love with, my first love?
Take yourself out of the illusion. That's the first step. Sometimes you have to see things for what they are. Not what you thought it was, not what you want it to be, not what they showed you at the beginning. See it for what it was. You go to a restaurant every day. You've been going to that restaurant for 6 months. Metaphor here. Keep a clear mind. At the very beginning, the first 2 months, the restaurant was great. So, oh man, I've tried most of the things in the menu. I can literally recommend anybody to this restaurant. The third month, you start feeling, what's going on? 4, 5, 6, they went from 10 all the way to 1. You have to understand. Maybe they changed the staff. Whatever situation, the same chef is no longer there. The food is trash right now. So you should stop recommending anybody to that restaurant, and you should stop eating from that restaurant. Same thing for the relationship. Yes, honeymoon phase. We talked about that. We've been talking about that. Understand within the first path of any relationship, it's going to be glorious. Especially if you're dealing with a narcissist. This is what they do best.
A drug addict, no less.
Yes, that's even, you know what I mean? the problem with it is sometimes you don't know why people are struggling, what people are struggling with to the point where their addiction becomes a regular lifestyle. Okay. Is it possible that you could advise the person to work on themselves? Because the reason why you still probably want this person to be in a relationship with is because you're still emotionally attached. You love the person. They've shown you a good side. That's the optimistic part of you that's trying to make things work. Also understand there's a bad apple in the bag. Instead of you trying to be in a relationship and stay in a relationship, that's probably going to be even worse for you further down the road. Trying to teach this person to tackle his problem. What's the source of your addiction? Understand, if you really want to be with me at this point, you're going to have to change your ways. If the addiction is the problem, baby, I love you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. But your addiction is crazy. I am tired of you trying to choke me after you're done drinking. And I understand that this is not your normal behavior, but you keep doing it to me. At some point, I don't know what's going to happen. We have to think on a higher level to understand the amount of situations, the amount of problems this addiction can actually cause. You see what I'm saying? So right now, if it is something that I've actually put you at arm, something that's been giving you the tough mindset as far as why am I so confused? Why am I still in this relationship? Why am I allowing somebody to do those things to me? Is because it's not good. And right now you need to put aside your feelings and understand this person need help. We're not going to be judgmental here. We're going to talk about facts. This person needs help.
That we can't provide.
That, yeah, unless the person
decides.
Unless the person, okay, this is where my addiction came from. This is what's pushing me to do it. It becomes a regular lifestyle. I don't know what to do about it. Let's seek medical help. You know what I mean? Let's seek medical help, and we're gonna see, trying to distinguish the real you, the normal you before the addiction, and what the addiction is making of you. Because the real you, I want that. The addiction you, I don't want that. How can we put down the addiction you by going to therapy, by doing a bunch of stuff, rearrange your life? You know what I mean? Change the path into becoming a better person. And if you really want me, you will be willing to do that, because only you can change it. Just that simple.
I disagree.
Okay, that's fine.
I disagree. It's not that simple. And speaking from personal experience, when you're involved with an addict, you become addicted as well. We all become addicted to narcissistic and toxic relationships, right? We're dealing with our own addiction. But when you compound that by the fact that you are watching someone kill themselves with some type of chemical, you become addicted to trying to help them, trying to help them, trying to help them. The old analogy that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, is so true in this case. You're not going to make that difference. You can make the threats, you can make the promises, you can say this, that, and the other all you want, but unless that person is ready to get help for those addictions, there is nothing that we, as their loved ones, can do about it. What I can say, it really ties in with what Unbreakable is about. There is a 12-step program called Al-Anon. And what Al-Anon is it is for friends and families of addicts, alcoholics, all of that. And Al-Anon really, it's a great program. It makes us focus on us and what's going on with us, just like Unbreakable talks about all the time, what's going on with us that is keeping us in this cycle, that's keeping us addicted to this addict. So it's not as simple as just walk away.
To be honest with you,
we know that
there's a difference between dealing with a narcissistic relationship and dealing with a drug, with somebody who's got drug addiction.
Oh, she's talking about both, and I've been there twice.
So my thing
said
is
both.
This now, if we're talking about somebody being both a narcissist and addicted, you have to understand a lot of people, and I want you to hear it and understand everything that I'm about to say. You don't become addicted to the fact that you're trying to help the person. You become addicted with the idea of the person, the idea of the type of person they showed up to you when they showed up to you with the type of perfect behavior, with the type of I'm gonna sweep you off your feet. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
give you all the roses. This is
Yes.
the idea that you keep holding on to.
Yes.
You're addicted to that idea. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why you feel like the need to keep pushing forward to trying to get that idea back.
Correct.
And that's why I always tell folks, conversation with yourself is one of the most important things you need to do when you're in those situations. Why? Let me sit in the dark and think about, okay, I met him, it wasn't like that. Now I've tried so many times, nothing is happening. What do I need to do now? Because at some point, what's going to happen is it's going to cost you your energy, it's going to cost you your life,
Mm-hmm.
depending of the physical abuse, whatever the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Because two things you cannot mix is being in a narcissistic relationship with a drug addict. This is
Yeah.
like exposure.
Yeah.
So stop holding on to what, like I said at the very beginning, stop holding on to the idea of who the person used to be
Mm-hmm.
at the beginning of the relationship, because it's like a quest. I'm trying to get there, or I'm trying to get him there to where it used to be, where we're completely in love. Don't. That's it. And that's why when I said it's simple, it's easier said than done. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
But is it doable? Yes.
Yeah.
How do you do that? By having honest conversations with yourself.
Correct. What we talk about all the time. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
Having honest conversations with yourself. You
Mm-hmm.
met John. John was this. 6 months later, John is no longer there. You decided to stay because you thought you could help John. You're not helping John, you're helping yourself because you still want that John that showed you who he was, or the best John, the best version of John 6 months ago. So you want to live that again because it feels good. It felt good. So now you keep pushing with the hope of getting that good John back. You're not going to get that
Mm-hmm.
good John back.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever you do until John realizes that the position that he's in need to be changed, it's not going to
Mm-hmm.
happen. And this is the type of conversation, honest conversation, you need to start having with yourself.
100% agree with that. Duke it out with you. No, I'm kidding. You know I love you. This one is this one's a hard one, but the questions are at the end, and I think I'm just gonna throw this one out there to you.
Okay.
Jean Marie said, I've been in a lot of bad situations in life when it comes to men or relationships. I've been in emotionally abusive relationships and cheated on by a narcissist. I've been physically abused in a relationship. I was raped by someone who was supposed to be a friend, and other relationships. I only end up being used and cheated on. Now, with modern technology, I've been catfished and gaslighted a couple of times. I've lost a lot in life already, and I'm only 34. I'm so tired of the games people play. I'm beginning to think that it's better off alone than opening up to another potential scam. Is there still real people out there that are in it for love, or is everything nowadays superficial?
Okay. We listen. We're hearing somebody was fed up. We're hearing from somebody who's dealt with a lot. We are hearing from somebody who realized, maybe think there's no such thing as a good person when it comes to relationship. We are hearing all the baggage.
Mm-hmm. A
We need to
garage.
stop hearing from that, because that logic is what's going to hurt you even more. But we're also going to talk about healing. That's going back to that. If you keep
Mm-hmm.
hitting your toes, at some point you need to go to the hospital. Because if you don't, that toe is you're probably going to have to take it off. Because if you sit home expecting the toe to get better, it's not going to get better. Same thing with the mind, same thing with the emotions, same thing with the heart. Selections. Let's talk about that. Bad selections. Bad selection is like a magnetic circus. From the point that you start dealing with that, a little piece of that toxicity coming from wherever that you dated is going to be part of you until you start understanding the process of healing. Now you're going to get attracted to the same type of people because the magnet that's in you automatically attracts you to the bad people. That's why you need healing. 39, you need to change your patterns. And how you going to change your pattern? Complete reset. Maybe the person that you've been dating, you didn't see the problems with them at the very beginning of the relationship is because you are so used to people coming to you a certain way. In your mind, every time you think that you find somebody else, they ended up giving you another aspect of who they truly are. Get to healing. And I understand how frustrating it could be right now. 39, I'm looking for love. I can find love. Everything that you've dealt with, because from the things that you just read, there's a lot of baggages in this. The room is already full.
Yeah.
All right. When was the last time you've decided to go into a mental healing, emotional healing? When was the last time? A lot of people automatically think when we talk about therapy, it has to be you going before somebody and they're going to give you a full consultation as far as telling you what's required. No, therapy starts with you. Mm-hmm. The things that you know as not good for you, and I know easier said than done. I'm going to give you a bunch of advice that you're going to probably say they are easier said than done. But that's my job to tell you so you can apply them. It's going to be difficult of what you're used to. Just like some canned food, there are substances in them that requires you to keep eating them. But they're not good for you. They are the reasons why you keep getting sick. Same thing for the relationship. Mm-hmm. You want that excitement, that spontaneous, the crazy stuff. You keep wanting that. You keep going back to get some more. And that's why you're in the situation. And I know for a lot of people, especially for people who've been in good relationships or been dating people who are not as toxic as others, they probably will never understand that. I understand where you're coming from. Only thing that could give you a full reset right now and give you a better view of who people truly are is to go to complete healing process.
Yep.
That's the first thing.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. How do you continue the faith and trust in a long distance relationship when it gets rocky?
Rocky in which way? I remember seeing that question in one of my
lives. Let's see if she went on. I don't think she went on any further than that, please.
I really like long distance relationships.
You said you do?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
Yeah.
Elaborate.
Long distance relationship for me, especially in this modern dating world, you get to know people for who they truly are. How easy they could give up on you. How strong they are to push forward. Our first meeting, was it just about sex? So if you are going through an argument session with your partner, if it's not something radical as far as them disrespecting you to the highest level or threaten your life, you should keep going with the process. Mm. I got married from a long distance relationship.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, I've been around girls. I'm just going to throw that out there. And at some point, you're going to need a change. You're going to need something that's real. Mm-hmm. And the type of conversations that you're going to have in a long distance relationship is going to be completely different than somebody you could see every day.
I agree with that. Yeah, I think absolutely. If you're both on the same page and you're really looking to get to know each other, you have those deep conversations. You take advantage.
That you'll be willing to make for somebody you truly want. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, if you're in a long distance relationship and the person is not trying to catfish, playing games, or anything like that, this relationship could actually go to marriage. 100%. So if it's not something, if it's just regular arguments, if things are a little rocky right now, understand the first thing that you have right now, because this is the one spot first impression is not gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna meet you up the first time at a restaurant, and there's gonna be time I'm gonna call you. You're probably gonna fall asleep on me. There's gonna be so understand how precious it is for you to be in that long distance relationship. And if the person been showing you work, if it's been a constant let's have phone sex, or let's argue about things, or there's if it's been rocky, that's understood.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are just going through that position, understand that if the person really want the relationship, that won't give them any reasons to leave the relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think both parties have to be
Yeah,
actively engaged
yeah.
and actively making the effort.
And that's gonna tell you a lot about someone, about how much they really want to be in your life, for
Mm-hmm.
them to be consistent in a long distance relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you live in the same city with somebody, everything's so easy. Come Netflix and chill. Come this, come that. You don't even have real conversations because you're so driven by what the person leg or underpants looks like. And because you are so available for each other, and you don't
Mm-hmm.
get to really nurture those moments when you finally meet each other. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Okay. This one is anonymous,
Hmm.
and I'm trying to read it. Let
Okay.
me see if I can turn my phone sideways. There we go. If we have been in multiple toxic relationships, can we become what we wanted? Um, can we become what we wanted to get away from and not know it? Because we wanted it to work so bad, so we adjusted who we were because that's what we thought it took to make it work.
Two people been in multiple toxic relationships, it's gonna be difficult for it to work out, despite how bad you want that relationship. Because you are toxic too. That's why. Two people have been in toxic relationship whom have actually healed, then they met each other. This is
Mm-hmm.
the perfect relationship. Because you already have an idea of what not to do, all right, in that relationship that you would understand as toxic, and the other person already understand what not to do. So that's gonna make it easier for the relationship to last. But if you've been in a bunch of toxic relationships, you're gonna be surprised of the things that you're gonna feel comfortable doing to the other person, especially if you are more toxic than the other person.
Mm-hmm. You've
So
got to
you
heal. Everybody's got to
yeah,
heal.
you have to heal. Both of y'all gotta heal.
Mm-hmm.
It's important that you do that.
Mm-hmm. That was a good question. Thank you, Anonymous. This one has a couple of parts to it, and this one came on your live the other day,
Okay.
from Michael. Why does his woman get mad when he still takes care of his ex slash best friend's kids, but give her the world? He said their father is locked up, so they look at me as dad. So I'm confused.
He's still taking care of his ex kids.
Mm-hmm. And he referred to his ex as his best friend.
The kids. So the kids are not his.
It does not look like the children are his. The children's father is locked up, according to
Okay.
this.
If this is the thing, we had something similar, a similar question in one of our lives. If around the time that he was dating that young lady, the kids were little and the kids actually have built connections with him, this is something you're not doing because of the ex, you're doing it because of the kids. As difficult it might be, I can understand that. But for me to understand it so your partner can understand it right now, is that you need to have the conversation with them. Because sometimes people need reassurance. What is this relationship all about? Are you screwing your ex, or is it just because of the kids? Because if it's just because of the kids, they can come over, have fun with you, chill, whatever it is. Because you're building you are being a father figure for a bunch of kids. That's understood.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're using the kids to sneak into the mom's room, acting like you're just paying attention to the kids, that's definitely different. And that's why questions like that, I always want the full version. You know what I mean? Because, I need to know exactly the real standpoint as far as what's really going on, or what do you think is going on, or have you verified those informations?
Okay, got it. Elaine said, but he refers to his ex as his best friend. Why isn't his woman his best friend?
That's another problem. Calling your ex best friend is another situation you don't want to tell anybody who's in a relationship with you. Why, like Elaine said, why his woman isn't his best friend. So that part that I didn't say anything about automatically means maybe the relationship is not all about the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know what I mean. So if it's not all about the kids, ask him to come clean. And if you realize this is hurting you more, at this point, if it's not about the kids, because I was trying to think about it in the way, his being there for the kids. But if it's not about the kids, ask him, okay, it's either you're gonna stay with her or me. At this point, that's what it's gonna be. Sometimes you might not want to be firm like that, but if the relationship that they have with somebody else is bothering you so much to the point where you don't understand the real structure of the relationship, we're gonna have to slow it down and tell me what you want. Do you want me, or you want your ex that you're acting like you're only there for the kids?
Okay. This one, we've got two very similar questions. So I'm going to read both of them to you. One is from Sabrina, and one is from, where did it go? Monroe. So I'll read both of them to you, but I think they tie together. Sabrina said, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I'll date a guy for a while and all of a sudden they're gone. I don't really see anything I'm doing wrong. I feed them, buy for them, and still get treated badly. Why is it that they want to see other people when you treat them good? And then Monroe said, I think I'm broken. Everyone I love always leaves. I try my best, but the second I can't be perfect, they leave. I want someone that will stay.
First one
Those two
first.
just sounded similar to me.
Yeah, Sabrina, I think I've read that question as well. Sabrina, you do not feed. Okay, your partner is not a dog. You don't feed him, put water in his bowl to make him stay.
Thank God I hate to cook.
So from the point that you get to the mindset where you're thinking everything that you're doing, it's crazy that you see. I just wrote the name before the live. 5 things you shouldn't be doing to keep a relationship. The first one is overdoing things just to make somebody stay. This is the first bullet point that I'm going to be talking about in that next video. There should be no reason why you are giving 85% to somebody who's barely giving 10%. You thinking you are doing all those things gonna make the person stay is one of the reasons why 6 years later you're gonna realize that you wasted your entire time
and your finances.
Yes, because the problem with somebody receiving, they're always gonna continue to receive as much as you're giving. They're never gonna say no. And if they realize that, oh yeah, I think she's lonely, I think she needs attention, I think she needs me more than I need her, I'm gonna stay. The minute that happens, you are wasting your time because they're going to continue to cheat. They're going to continue to disrespect. They're going to continue to not even give the bare minimum. And you're going to be frustrated. Mental baggage. That's when people, and you're going to build, you're going to think that, okay, at some point, they're going to realize that I'm really a good woman. And that should change them. No, it's not going to happen. The driver think that the person crossing the road is going to stop, and the person crossing the road think that the driver is going to stop. Like, don't think about what they're thinking. Don't expect them to change while you are sacrificing your entire self. Stop. And for the one that started with "I'm broken," you're not. You need healing. That's it. Because from that first conversation right there, you should never call yourself broken. You are not. You're a child of God. There's no such thing. God made you exactly the way you were supposed to be. Mentally speaking, you might be struggling, but you're not broken. It's all about emotional healing. Problems. Yeah, you need healing. Both of them need healing, because the first thing is that your selection is bad. And the reason why you keep making those bad selections is because another video I'm putting together again, 5 reasons why you haven't got the right person, is because of bad selections. After we go from selections, compatibility level. The person is not driven. The things that you'll be able to do in a relationship to make it a relationship, they're not willing to give you the bare minimum. And after being in a relationship with people who do not understand who you are and what you're trying to offer to the relationship or to them, they're going to continue to take advantage of it, but they will never be able to do that because you are too powerful for them. So at some point, them not responding to the things that you're trying to do for them, it's not like they don't understand you are good. They're trying to keep you on a leash. And when you finally realize that, okay, this person's been taking advantage of me, or when they realize that you started to change, that's when they're going to leave. When you realize that, when you start asking them to do at least a minimum of the things that you are doing, that's when they're going to leave. And now you're going to start thinking that maybe I'm the problem. The reason behind that, again, is because of healing.
Yep. Boundaries.
Hey, come on. Oh, yeah, those people don't even care about boundaries. They have nothing to offer.
No, we have to have our boundaries. You know, we have to know what our bottom line is.
Standard. You know, like I'm not saying looking for perfection, but you need to have standards.
So we had a question on your live from Dana, and Dana, I hope you're listening, because Peace just talked about when you feel broken. So hopefully you're hearing that, because that definitely answers your question.
We've already hit the 1 hour mark.
We have. Yeah. I've got. I have, it looks like 2 right now.
Okay.
You want to finish those off?
Yeah, definitely, because we plan on doing relationship questions and answers every month. So whatever amount of questions that we didn't get today,
pick them up next month.
Yeah, next month.
These are 2 good ones. Paige asks, how do you deal with 2 different perspectives when it comes to solving issues? If one person needs space and lets time solve it, but the other person wants to talk it out as soon as possible to fix it. That's a good one.
Let's talk about it as soon as possible. I do not sleep on things that need to be fixed.
Yeah, but if the other person isn't that way, how do you deal with that?
You have to try to find a way to put your point out. Like, because, okay, for instance, some people will tell you, yeah, we'll cross that bridge when it's time to cross that bridge.
You need to be
prepared. Reason why I do not was that
you need to be prepared.
Let me tell you something. And that's why I talk about compatibility. Sometimes some of those things you have to realize them early on, because some people do not see what you're trying to stop before it happens. And the best way to do that, not only you're gonna have to have a full-blown conversation with that person. Within that conversation, you need to let them understand why you're trying to fix that right now. Okay? It's not like you're trying to tell them, hey, this is what I need you to do. You must do it. I need to fix this because of that. There's a castle. There's a fight coming. If we don't put guns all around that castle, the next person that comes gonna take over the castle. I'm seeing it through. You might not seeing it. You might not be seeing it, but I've seen it happen multiple times. The reason why we need to fix it is because if we don't, we're gonna lose the castle. Reason with them. Because whatever that's going through your head the person might not be thinking about it the same. Why do we need to save money? We have a bunch of money. It's because we don't know when the next COVID is going to happen.
Right.
Okay. From that point, oh, yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? Now that you reason with the person, they're going to have a better understanding from where you're coming from. Now you said that you wanted to cross that bridge. Why you felt the need to cross that bridge? Whenever we're trying to have a full conversation, it's to listen to what the person is saying and allow the other person to speak. And you do the same thing in return. Let's have a full conversation. Why do you feel like we need to talk about it from another time or a specific time? It's because of that. Okay, this is why I want to talk about it. This is why I want to fix it. So from that point, having understanding on those issues definitely going to help you move forward. But you have to reason.
Okay. Elaine agreed with you. She says she needs to talk about it too. Okay. Last one, y'all. JT. This is interesting. Controversial.
Okay.
Can a man have true love for two women? I'm assuming at the same time. A guy is loving me, recently got a girl pregnant, and wants me to stay around and work things out. And go.
Okay.
And go.
This is the thing. Right now, he needs to get his priorities straight.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing. You have a baby, sir. Focus on that. You love me. Okay, I'm still going to be here. Maybe I love you too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still going to be here. But there's a lady who just gave birth to your kids. Second of all, the reason why, and this is what I tell people, and for me, my personal experience, I do not lay in bed with anybody I don't feel comfortable with if something were to happen. Because what a lot of men don't understand is if you ever had a nightstand with somebody, this person can potentially become your baby's mother.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you're looking at the butt, you're looking at the breast, you're looking at, oh man, she looks good. You're not looking at the actions that might actually
9
take
months
place.
later.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether you love that woman or not, despite you still loving me, sir, I understand. Okay, you love me, you didn't know, whatever happened, happened. But your priorities right now should be on the child.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even going to focus on working the relationship you had with the baby's mother because maybe you never had a relationship with them. If you happen to have a relationship with them, I think you should try to fix that for a better future for the child. Because regardless of what, the first 10 years of any child is when they start building who they're going to be for the rest of their lives. Him leaving a life where daddy's never there, mommy's struggling, this and that, and you've already had experiences, you've already had histories with that person, you're going to hurt your child just because you decided to be selfish and go with another relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That's if you had a relationship with them. If it was just never an accident, having a child is always a blessing. If you didn't take any precaution and you decided to do whatever you did in the bedroom and in the car or behind the pole, whatever you did, and something happened, take full responsibility of the time that your child needs you. Mm-hmm. This is it. The only thing you need to focus right now is the child. Nobody else matters right now. Priority is the child right now. If there was no relationship or there's no way to help the relationship with the child's mother, now we're gonna talk about, okay, now the child's getting older, this and that. We could see how the relationship could go from there. That's if there was no relationship with the child's mother. But yeah, that's all it is.
That's all there is, peace. Yep. That's all there is, y'all.
So we've had some good questions, especially the last one. You know what I mean? I understand that you probably have feelings for the guy, and you're also gonna have to give him time as well because having a child is not an easy task. You have to,
Mm-hmm.
and if he doesn't
Yeah.
understand, if he might not understand it now, tell him why you're trying to go that route. It's not like you don't love him. It's not like you're not trying to be in a relationship with him. It's simply because you understand that a child should be your first priority. Take care of your baby.
Mm.
Do what you got to do with your baby. I'm still gonna be here. If it's meant to be, we're gonna be together. I'll help you raise that child as his mother, whatever the situation is. But until then, take care of your issue right now.
There you go.
There you go. I hope that
That's all we got. That's all we got
that's,
today.
that's all we got for
That's all we
today.
got today.
We'll definitely schedule the other live. Like I said, we're gonna be doing it every month. I don't know,
Mhm.
maybe, and we're gonna be doing a lot of more videos, off-camera videos,
Yes.
where we're gonna be
Yes.
talking about real conversations. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Things, trending, conversations that you're probably gonna be seeing on social media or anything like that. Give you our point of view as far as what is the full development from our mindset. And what else? I don't know what's going on with the giveaway. 3 people say have not come
I
forward.
know. I
Um,
know. We got
I
money
don't know.
just sitting in Cash App and it ain't going nowhere,
I
right?
don't know. I don't know.
We
But
have Samuel Stokes, Rashonda Stedman, and the Demtra 127, and nobody's claimed it. They haven't claimed
nobody's
it,
claimed it.
y'all. Like, what the heck? Like, we did have Paige claimed hers.
Yeah, yeah,
Paige
and she
claimed
got it
hers. She got
instantly.
her $50. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know. Tried to give away free money. I don't know, Peace.
after a
I don't
week, we're
know.
gonna have to cancel it, and probably in the next giveaway, if you didn't get it this time, maybe the next time when we announce another giveaway. But we're not gonna be. We are the bank. We're not gonna keep holding money for you like that.
Hey, Elaine,
Ellen.
where you can find the 5 things, Elaine, yeah, Elaine, Ellen, yes. Pieces website right here, Pieces YouTube channel right here on Pieces YouTube channel. You want to make sure you hit subscribe if you have not done so already. There are so many videos on here that are so helpful. So sorry I answered for you.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Definitely subscribe, guys, if you have not done so. We have a lot of good subjects coming on. A lot of things that we've talked was also in the video. We also already have a bunch of videos like Unbreakable's mentioned. Definitely check out her YouTube channel. If we talk about healing a lot, she's been part of that healing process. She's still going through it. Make sure that you check her YouTube channel. You've probably never heard about her stories and everything that she's been through. She is an open book. She's been able to literally talk about everything she's been through, and that's probably gonna help you out as well. We also have videos of hers on my YouTube channel as well. As far as the first video, as a matter of fact, where she gave a full introduction of what's been going on, and this is your way of understanding that you're not alone. You are not alone. Whatever abusive relationship, mentally, emotionally, financially, sexually, anything that you're going through, you are not alone. This lady been through it all. I don't know. She's been through it all. But
I got the badge. I got the stripes, you know.
So this is it, folks. We'll definitely schedule the next live probably tomorrow because we have a lot of good subjects. I talked about 5 reasons why men cheat and 5 reasons why women cheat. This lady gonna have to figure it out. We're also gonna talk about 5 reasons why a lot of women are not sexually satisfied. We're gonna talk about that. There's a lot.
We're talking about that.
Yes, we are. We are.
Criminy Lord.
We're gonna talk about
for these things. You only told me about the cheating. Come on now, Peace. We got open, honest communication, Pete.
Hey, I wanted to push it like, hey, get there right now. So
say it every time. Y'all know I love them. So
definitely, definitely. Thank you guys for watching. Peace. Unbreakable. What's your last words?
Last words. Keep those questions coming. Y'all check out the Facebook page. The message feature is always open and available. If you want to reach out to Peace, if you want to reach out to myself, Unbreakable, by all means, please do so. check under our About section. All of our events are posted there. We've got a couple that are posted right now and more that are coming. So you want to keep an eye on that. Don't forget to subscribe to Peace's YouTube channel. Do not forget to subscribe to Unbreakable and Uplifting YouTube channel. That's what I got.
On that note, definitely continue the healing process. Take care of yourself and each other. Peace.
Absolutely.
See you guys next time.